Thank you for tuning in to the Secret Art of Blessing numerological report for the Aries full moon taking place on October 1st at 5:06 Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. at 9 degrees and 8 minutes of the sign of Aries. My name is Azure Zempora. In this report, I will be covering 9 different topics, which include the balance of the elements, the general energy and how it will affect people and relationships, the occupations that should experience a boost at this time, general health, places to look for important news around the world, the best times to ask for angelic guidance during this full moon, effects on different life paths, the secret universal motivation, and answer the question, what do we most need to understand to receive the greatest benefit from this full moon? The day of this full moon is a 6 vibration with a vibrational accents of 8 and 11. This, combined with the energy of the cardinal fire of Aries, gives us an elemental balance of 1 part fire, 2 parts earth, and 1 part water. The Aries fire can be seen as the main power element and provides the majority of the energy. This fire provides us with the energy to break down the barriers, to give new form and shape to our realities. The earth gives us a down-to-earth way of dealing with things in a practical and methodical way, while the water element represents feelings and emotions that gives us the desire for this change. Considering these energies together gives me the vision that at this time we are all using the earth and water to mold any new thing we want to create, with the fire of Aries acting as the fire to cause the shape to hold its form. I take this as giving us the energy and the material to create ourselves in our reality in accordance with our vision. This is the power of the elements of this time. Using this understanding of the elements, I would now like to discuss the positive, general energy that will be affecting people and relationships at this time. During this vibration, people want to be seen as kind, loyal, and understanding. A philosophical sense of justice will brings willingness and skill and courage to take on situations in a balanced and determined way, to diplomatically resolve problems, situations resulting from past actions, to clear old karmic debt in a thoughtful and honorable way. Service-oriented people with executive ability will have the desire for justice at this time. On a social level, people will want to be out and about. Most people will be easygoing, charming, cooperative, and receptive with a strong sense of family. This energy also encourages inner journeying as a means of acquiring wisdom and dissolving old karmic debt. This is a very domestic energy, and it's really a great time to get your home in order. Part of creating the new vision and a new reality that we would like is to get our homes in order. The better off your home environment is, the easier it will be to create these things. And again, I would like to touch on the inner journey as a means of acquiring wisdom and dissolving the karmic debt. This can be done through dreaming, and it could also be done through intentional shamanic practice for out-of-body experience and things like that. The negative side of this energy is that self-righteous people, worshiping persons and things, are unwilling to recognize and resolve karmic debt. This stubborn mindset may cause people to repeat past encroachments by being greedy, cruel, scheming, and power-hungry, causing them to accumulate more karmic debt. A fatalistic mindset combined with a lack of value and judgment gives the tendency for the desire to become victims of tragedy. This creates a cynical and small-minded environment. This intensity and pettiness creates constant conflict with perceived enemies, giving a tendency to do battle for fruitless, ignoble, and destructive causes. There's also an energy for people to be stubborn judgmental, meddlesome, inconsiderate, and lots of gossip. In the home, this energy, in its negative, may resolve down into being a domestic tyrant. Of course, this is the negative side, and you have the positive side, and in all actuality, there will be a combination of these energies that take place during this time. Now I'd like to talk about the occupations that may experience a great boom during this time. These occupations include, but aren't really limited to, lawyers, public servants, police officers, politicians, social workers, naval officers, public speakers, restaurant workers, and laborers, accountants and managers. There should be a great boom in the performing arts. Religious leaders are going to be active, as well as psychics, editors and draft persons, botanists, mediators, makeup artists, athletes, miners, and grave and ditch diggers. Now, I'm not sure how many miners, grave and ditch diggers we still have, but that vibration is very prominent in these types of occupations at this time. So we might have a lot of openings in these areas. Now I'd like to get into health a little bit, and I want to preface this discussion on health with, this is in no way meant to diagnose or treat any type of illness or anything that's going on with you. This is simply the health things that come up when these vibrations are present. If you're experiencing any type of health problems, you should consult a physician, because I'm not one. I'm just a numerologist and practicing magician and Reiki healer and many other things, but I am not in any way, shape, or form a doctor or a medical professional. That being said, health concerns that are really going to probably affect a lot of people at this time include asthma, bronchitis, upper respiratory issues, irregular blood circulation, heart palpitations, lots of female problems, diabetes, ulcers, hemorrhoids, water retention, constipation, stomach issues, headaches, toxic buildup in the blood system. The excretory system might have a lot of problems, and rheumatism. So a lot of people might be feeling a lot of pain and inflammation throughout the body. Now I'd like to get into how this energy will affect people of different life paths. And in the life paths, I want to start out by saying I am a master number 22 in my life path. So I'm actually basing all 22s off of the 4 vibration and all 11s off of the 2 vibration. This is the classical way to do it, and I do use a lot of classical methodology in how I do this. That being said, we're going to start with Life Path 1. For the Life Path 1 at this time, this is a time to be cooperative in your efforts. You can open the doors to socializing events, dealing with cultural events that have fruitful outcomes, working on things that connect you with beauty, like gourmet cooking, art, or decorating your home or workspace could be rewarding at this time. And if you insist on having your way at this time, the one life paths will really experience a lot of friction. So it's not a time for ones to give ultimatums or be really pushy on others with their ideas. It's more of a time to embrace the things that I was talking about. For the life path, this can be for 2s. This can be an extremely successful time for the 2 life path. Your magnetism can cause others to have confidence in you. If you do charity work, the community will respond to your charms, especially if your charity work deals with domestic affairs, children, or helping people with their homes. Also, fundraising efforts for the two life paths dealing with charity work at this time will be extremely effective. So if you're a 2 and you are doing a fundraiser, dealing with charities, man, you're going to really experience a lot better returns than what you normally would get. The 3s. The 3 life path will find that socializing should be pleasurable. You will naturally flow into social settings and find people with similar personality traits as you. You may meet a new person at an engagement or wedding party that will develop into a lasting friendship. Quite possibly, the person that you could meet during this time, you'll be going into business together or making other long-range plans. The 4 life paths. In this energy, the 4 life path will be serious and practical, having a strong desire to work hard and get the most gain. They find themselves working more at home during this time. Others may express appreciation for your work a little more often than normal. There is a need to find a balance between your work and play, however, so make sure that you create an atmosphere of happiness or joy, or for the 4s, you could get really down in the dumps. For the life path 5s, this is a challenging vibration for the 5 person. There's not a lot you can do with it, but in the positive, a variety of ideas will come with this full moon. Also, you will be able to put others at ease during this time. This is a good time to take care of the home if you're a 5. Lots of other activities will take place in and around your home. So this is kind of the time that a 5 person, because 5s enjoy freedom, would be the freedom to have parties at your house. It will be the freedom to host friends over. Those kind of things will be great for you. Other than that, this could be a really challenging vibration. The 6. For the 6 life path, this is a very comfortable energy. During this time, there may be a tendency to avoid work because the energy is so sweet. So 6s, you need constructive stimulation, or you may not get anything done. Other than that, it's just kind of sweet running for you. So, you should really just have a happy-go-lucky time during this. For the 7s, there may be difficulty in this energy for the 7 life path, mainly because this vibration is very domestic. And as a 7, you're sort of in the realm of mind and thought, which doesn't really lend itself well to domestic situations as much as it does to kind of higher ideas and being floaty. It's more grounding for you. During this time, communication has a good chance to fail for the 7s. So if you're a 7 vibration, remember that when you're communicating to others, they may not understand the way you're explaining it, the way you think they may be understanding the way you explain it. For 8s, the 8 life path has a great time with this energy. You should thrive in your chosen profession. You may find yourself taking the lead in partnerships. A spark of imagination will be of great benefit for presenting your ideas. So you should, for the 8 life paths, you really need to just trust your ideas. And if you're in a situation with others and no one's taking the lead, it's because it's really your responsibility to take the lead at this time. And for the 9s, in this energy, the 9 life path will learn to reflect the universal in the domestic. This may be a time of increased learning. One of the things being learned at this time is the give and take in relationships. There's also a great chance that a lasting partnership will begin during this time for the 9 energy. But the most important thing for the 9 vibration is that during this time, you need to learn the give and take from the microcosm to the macrocosm. Well, really, the macrocosm to the microcosm. You're going from the universal to the domestic and really understanding that give and take. For the 11s, again, this is going to be mostly similar to the 2 vibration. And for the 22s, it's going to be mostly similar to the 4 vibration. For the 33s, which there really aren't that many, that's going to end up being like the 6 vibration. I'd like to talk about angelic guidance at this time. I wasn't sure how to include spirituality without being too polarizing. And so one of the things that I have a good background in is angelic work. So a lot of people are always asking for guidance, looking for inspiration, things of that nature. And a lot of people, it can be difficult, and it can also be difficult to make the time. And the truth is you don't need that much time. So I'm going to be giving roughly 20-minute spans, 3 of them throughout the day, where the angelic vibrations present during this full moon are going to be a lot closer to you. And so the veil between you and angelic guidance will be a lot thinner at this time, during these times. And these times are 12:20 to 12:40 p.m., 2:20 to 2:40 p.m., and 5 to 5:20 p.m. Especially around 5:06 as the full moon occurs, there will also be a really thinner veil at that time. But these 3 times are very important on this day because of the vibrations that are in play. Now, the secret universal motivation. This is something that came to me. I've actually been looking for other numerology sources to kind of confirm this number, but this number is something that is closer to my creation, but I'm not yet inclined to take credit for it. So the secret universal motivation that I got was a 7. And the funny thing about the 7 is in esoteric numerology, 7 is under the rulership of the moon, and in modern numerology it isn't. And this sort of represents the masculine aspect of the moon. So it's sort of like the masculine within the feminine, or the balance of these 2 energies. With that being said, I would like to explain the secret universal motivation like this. With this full moon, we are being called to bring our masculine and feminine into balance, to progress spirituality as a whole. And as a whole, as in humanity, this is going to cause us to progress spiritually. So on the personal level, again on the microcosmic level and the macrocosmic level, this is causing us to spiritually progress as a whole. We are being called to become independent seekers of truth by using our intuitive abilities along with our philosophical and religious views to change the way authority works in our reality. And I would like to actually repeat that. We are being called to become independent seekers of truth by using our intuitive abilities along with our philosophical and religious views to change the way authority works in our reality. This is an important task. If you just look around the world, I'm not going to get into politics or any of the rest of it, but if you look around the world, this is important at this time. Places to look around the world for important news and developments. I'm going to include places here in the U.S. and places abroad. And these places should actually be producing important things are going to take place in these areas, that over the next 2.5 years, when we come back to this Aries full moon 2.5 years from now, we're going to see things that came out of this time frame truly manifest and actually be affecting the world on a larger scale. These places include Bogota, Santo Domingo, Kansas City, Augusta, Bermuda, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Hawaii, Munich, Barcelona, Miami, St. Thomas, and countries in North and Northwest Africa as a whole. There's something going on there that's like on the whole of North and Northwest Africa. There's an energy present there that's going to change. And I don't think it's going to change the way people are expecting or the way people think. Also, India is going to produce something big during this moon that especially 2.5 years from now is going to be really big for the world and especially for India. Sacramento, China, and Haiti. And now I'd like to tackle the energy question. I like to call it the energy question because I'm focusing on how to use this energy. And the question that I ask is, what do we need to understand to receive the greatest benefit from this full moon? And the answer this time was a lot longer than the answer for the new moon. And this is the time to see your whole self and decide who you are unclouded from the ego. By delving into the mysteries of your life, this is the time to decide who the real you is as an independent and social person. By directing your personal power to free yourself from past burdens and become unencumbered, so that you are no longer a survivor of your past, but as a new person with a clean slate. And I'm going to repeat that part. So that you are no longer a survivor of your past, but you engage life as a new person with a clean slate. Stop using the past as your reference point. Instead, be a person with a strong sense of self and embrace your unlimited potential. By doing this, you can help correct the damage caused by unproductive societal and belief systems. Use your actions to create inner and outer peace for the highest good of yourself and others. I would like to thank you very much for tuning in and listening to my podcast. I thank you for viewing this on YouTube. I'm going to try to create more entertaining videos for those of us that are watching on YouTube. I primarily put this out on YouTube. But my skill with this is as a numerologist and not a video maker yet. Hopefully that will be progressing soon. I would like to ask you to like and subscribe and share this video. I really appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed this. If it was of benefit to you, please leave a comment, a like, and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to the Full Moon Podcast for Secret Art of Blessing. My name is Azure Zempora, and I hope you have a blessed month.